City of Rockford forms an agreement with Rockford Mass Transit District in an effort to move forward with its multimodal train station.
The city can now access federal funds through RMTD for the project, but state leaders warn not to get too carried away planning for a train station when they say the railway itself isn't necessarily guaranteed.
I think that's probably not right.
Mr. Ryan, do you suggest?
Are you saying?
So many questions dominate City Council over Rockford's proposed train station. But the biggest question is over funding.
Anytime you're relying on funding from other sources that are out of our control, there's always that risk or that it may go away.
And the funding Alderman Beck is talking about is for the proposed rail project. Governor Pat Quinn promised to restore Amtrak service to Rockford back in April.
We are a railroad state, and this is a railroad town.
Now city and state leaders are concerned where that money will come from because of the state's multi-million-dollar budget deficit. But the governor's office says the $223 million project is a guaranteed go.
That's part of the governor's Illinois Jobs Now capital construction program, which has its own dedicated revenue funding source.
It's called a capital fund, with money already set aside for projects like bringing passenger rail to Rockford. But Senator Dave Severson says all of the governor's promised projects coming out of that fund might cost more than what's actually available.
There were promises made that are really exceed what the capacity of revenue is.
And he warns the city not to get too carried away designing the multimodal train station just yet.
Be careful in moving forward on some of these projects until we know for sure that there is going to be funding for them.
City leaders say they haven't spent a dime on the train station and won't until everything is in place to make sure the rail project happens. But we'll keep moving forward in the meantime.
Well, we can't make it happen if we don't talk about it. Nothing's being committed at this point.
Amtrak still has not signed any contract with the city to